Hello, and thank you for choosing to listen to the presentation, The Power of Being Present. My name is Julia Wilkins, and I'm a Health Management Program Specialist at Health New England. And today we're going to talk about mindfulness, how to successfully incorporate mindfulness into your everyday life. Mindfulness has been around for many, many years, but we've heard a lot about it in the last few years as a way to manage our health and well-being. Today we're going to learn about what mindfulness is, how we can incorporate it into our lives, and even go through a short practice. As an introduction to mindfulness, we'll say that according to Psychology Today, mindfulness is a state of active, open attention to the present. This state encompasses observing one's thoughts and feelings without judging them as good or bad. So two really big things here are that your attention to the present, whether you're active or you're sitting doing a mindfulness practice, and also not judging. So it doesn't mean that your thoughts or your mindfulness practice has to always be good or positive things. It's just recognizing what is going through your mind and observing those thoughts. Mindfulness is a healthy and effective way to identify and work through strong emotions that may be bringing up negative feelings into your life. This is a really great practice to incorporate into your life, and if you find yourself feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, you can also choose how often you would do a practice throughout a day. It's meant to help us cultivate awareness for the present moment, and it allows us to disconnect from the chaos that sometimes comes about from our busy lives and brings awareness within yourself about your current surroundings. It's about being in the present moment, letting go of the past, and not analyzing the future. There are so many different kinds of mindfulness, but for this presentation, we're going to focus on 4 different ways to incorporate mindfulness into your life. So why should we practice mindfulness? Sometimes we think that it might be a relaxing activity, but regular mindfulness has been linked to a reduction in stress, anxiety, and depression. And in addition to that, those who practice mindfulness were found to have increased activity of an enzyme in the brain implicated to longer cell life and therefore longevity and overall good health. Mindfulness also brings relaxation to those who participate. It increases the brain's alpha waves, which are associated with relaxation after just a 5-minute practice. It also is found to effectively decrease the risk of heart disease, chronic pain, and other conditions, so it really can affect your chronic health. An Ohio State University psychologist has conducted a number of studies proving the benefits of mindfulness-based therapeutic practices. And according to the psychologist, new studies show a link between mindfulness training and reduced inflammation of the brain. And brain inflammation is what can bring about Alzheimer's, memory issues, and so forth. It can also be the result of stress or injury. In this study, 89 participants who had anxiety disorders saw a drop in their stress hormones and cortisol levels. Mindfulness also helps clear mind clutter. When we talk about mind clutter, we just mean those things that constantly run in your brain, not allowing you to focus. So therefore, when we incorporate mindfulness, we can increase life awareness. Lastly, the benefits of the practices are nearly immediate. You don't have to wait days or weeks to see results. You can feel relaxed, clear mind clutter, and have that awareness within minutes. Some additional benefits that you can see reflected in your day from a mindfulness practice are improved listening communication skills. This might really work with your family, your spouse, or in your job. It can help enhance your problem-solving skills. Focus and concentration levels greatly improve. It can sharpen your memory, sleep better, which we all love, and increase your life satisfaction. So I mentioned we would be talking about 4 ways to practice mindfulness. So those 4 ways are journaling, mindful yoga, mindful meditation, and mindful body scans. Journaling is a great tool to use when feeling overwhelmed. It's a way to just let all that built up, like I said, mind clutter out on your paper so that you can get it out of your brain. Often when we reflect on how we're feeling, we are able to let go of that emotion and move on with our lives and stay in that present moment. Mindful yoga is a deliberate and intentional movement. The reason we mention mindful yoga is because this type of exercise has a lot of mind-body awareness. You're also in a more relaxed state by stretching your muscles and clearing your mind. But yoga isn't for everyone, so if some other type of physical activity helps you be more mindful, like running or walking, especially in nature, those are also forms of a mindful physical movement. Mindful meditation, there are three types. There's a loving kindness meditation that it's used to strengthen feelings of kindness towards others. How many times have we felt more satisfaction when we help or give to others than to ourselves? This is the time where we think about others and wish them well. The next is the observing thought meditation, which teaches you to notice as thoughts arise, label them, not judging them, and then let them go. This has seemed to increase participants' awareness of their thoughts the most out of any type of meditation or mindful practice. And the third type of mindful meditation is breathing meditation. Participants who use this method saw the greatest increase in concentration. This concentrates on your breathing and has a positive effect on your entire physical and mental state. Your body needs the things in oxygen in order to thrive. When you concentrate on getting that oxygen into the body, it can better function. Reductions in restlessness and anxiety were also noted among those who use the breathing meditation. This method is popular in those seeking to reduce anger, frustration, and anxiety. This is the kind we will be focusing on in this presentation the most, because it sets a foundation for your practice to build on. Lastly, mindful body scans are used to place focus on each individual part of your body from head to toe. This is a great way to not only be mindful of what's going on in your brain, but also what's going on in your body. It promotes whole person wellness. Mind and body go hand in hand. These methods of mindfulness can be done in a quiet place with a designated time, or if you find a moment in your day, such as when you're in a meeting or in between running from work to another event, focusing your attention on your breathing or in the moment can provide peace and realignment. Take a deep breath, noticing how the air feels when you breathe in and how it's filling your lungs, and then take note on how it feels leaving your body. The great part about mindfulness is you can practice it wherever you are and during any activity. Going a little bit into detail about journaling. Journaling is used to reflect on your day. So you can write down things like, what did you do? How did that make you feel? What made you feel the most fulfilled in your day? What did you not like about your day, or what could you do better? Why do you think you had those feelings? You can really write down anything you want. Then take in your surroundings. What's around you? Take note of objects, colors, the air, the temperature, the light, and then outline 3 things or moments that made you happy to be alive or that you are grateful for. This could be someone held the door open for you, someone paid for your coffee, your child said I love you, you got a good review at work, or that it's a beautiful day. You could also respond to a reflective prompt. So prompts are great guides to help you think, reflect, and bring awareness to your current circumstances. So some ways to do that are to reflect on an emotion you had that day. Why did you have that emotion? What did it consist of? What can you take away from that feeling or grow from it? You also can reflect on before eating your meal. So take the time to notice your food, smell the aromas. This is a little bit more of mindful eating intuition. You could also reflect on an interaction you had with someone that day. How was it initiated? How did it leave you feeling? And again, recognize those feelings, good or bad, and then let them go. Next is mindful yoga, or any type of mindful physical activity. We're going to talk about 3 poses of mindful yoga that are really good for opening up the mind and body connection. There's child's pose, lizard pose, and butterfly pose. Always consult with your physician before doing any type of activity, especially if you have injuries. But these 3 types of yoga are all part of the Yin yoga, which is a slow-paced yoga which you hold stretching poses for longer periods of time, anywhere from 45 seconds to 2 minutes on average. You always want to start slow if you're a beginner, so don't aim for 2 minutes if you're just starting. And again, these are just suggestions. They're not something that you have to do. The benefits of a child's pose is opens up your chest, your shoulders, your mid and upper spine. A lot of times we're hunched over, and these really open up your chest and heart and release tension in your back. The lizard pose is a hip opener, so it's able to stretch out the hips, the glutes, and the legs. Lastly, the butterfly pose also opens up the hips, but focuses on the lower back as well. During a child's pose, enter this pose by starting on all fours in a tabletop position. Make sure your knees are directly beneath your hip bones and walk your hands forward slightly wider than shoulder width distance. Now allow your chest to sink down towards the mat. Rest your forehead on the ground if you can. To decrease the intensity of this pose, spread your arms further away from each other and bring your knees further apart. You can also rest your chest on a bolster or a pillow. For the lizard pose, begin in a downward dog or on your hands and feet with your hips up towards the air. Move into a plank position so your body is in a straight line. Move your right foot to the outside edge of your right hand. Both arms should be to the left of the right leg. Lower your left knee to the ground and release your left foot onto the ground. Look down to make sure your left leg is in the center of your mat. If possible, lower your arms to the forearms, but you don't have to. Let the right leg drop out to the side, and you should feel the stretch in your hip and a part of your glute or butt. Remember to breathe. Breathe in and out deeply. To come out of this position, plant your palms back down on the mat. Slowly step your right foot back and move into downward facing dog with those hips up in the air. Take a few moments here before switching to the left side. If you can't come down on those forearms at first, it's okay. Don't force your body to do so. Just focus on softening your hips as much as possible. You can even stay in downward dog if you want to. You can try placing a block under your elbows too if you want to find more openness in your hips. To begin the butterfly pose, begin by sitting up tall on your sit bones and bringing the soles of your feet together. Slide your heels slowly towards your pubic bone until you feel slight tension in this posture. You don't want to feel any pain, rather just like something that's being released. Allow your knees to fall out to the sides. If this is too much, you can put a blanket, pillow, or blocks underneath those knees for support. Straighten your back and slightly lean forward from the hips to maximize the benefits of this pose. Take a deep inhale through your nose and exhale out your mouth as you drop your head a little closer towards your feet. If you find it difficult to sit up straight in this pose, place 1 or 2 folded blankets underneath your butt. Prop yourself up so you can remove any rounding from your spine. Our third type of mindfulness is mindful meditation. If you want to practice this type of mindfulness in a quiet, secluded room, these are some tips that can help you. Find a space that feels calm and quiet to you, whether that's your bedroom, your desk, or blocking a conference room. Find somewhere that's comfortable and quiet for you. If it's at your desk, you could even put some calm music on through headphones to cut out the chatter around you. Then you want to sit upright in a comfortable position. Place your feet firmly on the ground with your hands on your lap and shoulders relaxed. Next, pay attention to your breath. So mindful breathing is breathing in through your nose for about 3 seconds. Hold that breath for a second, and then exhale out of your mouth for 4 seconds. Ways to help you focus on this exercise is to pay attention to the rise and fall of the chest or the sensation through your nose. Come back to your body moving with each breath. So how does it feel to have your feet on the ground? How do your hands feel? Do they feel heavy? Check your posture. Just simply acknowledging or being aware of what's happening. So this is the part where you notice where your thoughts are and how you're feeling. Take note of them and then let it pass. Don't dwell on anything. Take note of where your mind wanders. It's very normal for our mind to wander. So on average, about 60,000 thoughts enter our brain each day. So if this happens, just be aware that your mind is wandering, come back to the breath, and return your attention. Lastly, be kind and patient with yourself. The hardest part of a practice is starting. Don't be discouraged or hard on yourself when your mind wanders. It's completely normal. This is a skill, and no master has started a master. We must all start at the beginning. You may only be able to do mindful practice for 1 minute, and that's great. Just like a muscle, it's something that we must build with time. Our fourth mindful practice is mindful body scans. So in this practice, we move through the whole body very slowly and deliberately, tuning into different spaces. The practice will start at the feet and end with the head. So we're going through the entire body. The task at hand is just to be present with what's going on. It alternates between a wide and narrow attention span. So we start small, focusing our energy on just one part of our body, and we work our way through the entire body. So we're actually going to go through one of these practices. So you need to lay down or sit up, finding a quiet place. You want to make sure you're tuning your attention to yourself and not have any outward distractions. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can do that. If not, just gently look forward. Take a few deep breaths, breathing in fully and exhaling slowly. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel your stomach expand on the inhale and relax and let go as you exhale. Let go of those noises around you and begin to shift your attention from outside to inside. Now slowly bring your attention down to your feet. Begin observing sensations in your feet. You might want to wiggle your toes a little, feeling your toes against your socks or shoes. Just notice, without judgment. You might imagine sending your breath down to your feet, as if the breath is traveling through the nose to the lungs and through the abdomen all the way down to your feet, and then back up again and through your nose and lungs. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all. That's fine too. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation of not feeling anything. When you're ready, allow your feet to dissolve in your mind's eye and move your attention up to your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Observe the sensations you're experiencing throughout your legs. Breathe into and breathe out of the legs. If your mind begins to wander during this exercise, gently notice this without judgment and bring your mind back to noticing the sensations of your legs. If you begin to notice discomfort, pain, or stiffness, don't judge this, just simply notice it. Then, on your next out breath, allow the legs to dissolve in your mind and move your sensations to your lower back and pelvis, softening and releasing as you breathe in and out. Slowly move your attention up your mid-back and upper back. You may become aware of sensations in these muscles. With each out breath, you may let go of the tension you're carrying, and then very gently shift your focus to your stomach and all the internal organs here. Perhaps you notice the feeling of clothing, the process of digestion, or the belly rising or falling with each breath. If you notice opinions arising in these areas, gently let these go and return to noticing sensations. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to your chest and heart region and notice your heartbeat. Observe how the chest rises during the inhale and how the chest falls during the exhale. On our next out breath, shift the focus to your hands and fingertips. See if you can channel your breathing in and out of this area as if you are breathing into and out from your hands. Then, on the next out breath, shift your focus to your arms. Observe the sensations or lack of sensations you may be occurring there. You might notice some differences between the left arm and the right arm. That's okay. As you exhale, you might experience the arms soften and release tensions. Continue to breathe and shift focus to the neck, shoulders, and throat region. This is an area where we often have tension. Be with the sensations here. It could be tightness, rigidity, or holding. You may notice the shoulders move along with the breath. Let go of any thoughts or stories you're telling yourself about this area. As you breathe, you may feel the tension rolling off your shoulders. On the next out-breath, shift your focus and direct your attention to the scalp, head, and face. Observe all the sensations occurring there. Notice the movement of the air as you breathe in or out of your nostrils. As you exhale, you might notice the softening of any tension you may be holding. And now let your attention expand out to include the entire body as a whole. Bring into your awareness the top of your head down to the bottom of your toes. Feel the gentle rhythm of the breath as it moves through the body. As you come to the end of this practice, take a full deep breath, taking in all the energy of this practice. Exhale fully. When you're ready, you can open your eyes or look up and return your attention to the present moment. As you become fully alert and awake, consider setting the intention that this practice of building awareness will benefit everyone you come into contact with today. Didn't that feel great? So some of the helpful hints to get you to continue mindfulness practices are to just do it. Just start journaling. Just start taking yoga, or even replay this video and do some mindful body scans. Start with 1 minute a day and build up from there. We're going for quality over quantity of time. It's just being consistent is the key. Try to have a designated time to do this, whether it's first thing in the morning or when you get home from work or time during work. Our cortisol levels are actually highest when we initially wake up, so the morning is a good time to do a mindfulness practice. Anytime you need to, take the time to slow down, take a moment for yourself, and then go back to tackling the day. Be patient with your practice. This is a journey. People train for marathons, cook for years to master a recipe, and save for months to go on vacation. You can always try a guided video or go to a local studio to be with others. The more you practice, the easier it will become. This practice is for you and for only you. The benefits will be for you, but also for those around you. So take a moment each day to check in with your mind and body. To help you stay on track, we have developed the Power of Being Present 21-Day Challenge to kickstart your mindfulness journey. On this tracker, you'll be able to check off the types of mindfulness activity you've done each day along with the amount of time. There are some goals of what to do per week, but again, remember this is your practice and do what you need to do. The left part of the tracker reminds you of some tips on how to get these practices done. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at healthydirections@hne.com. Thank you so much for listening to this webinar. We hope this mindfulness practice helps you stay in the present moment, reduce anxiety and stress, and help you to respond properly with things that come up in your life. Have a great day.